This is Kingroon KLP1 Core XY 3D printer. Its updated version, which is now called 230, older version was 210. KLP1 is an enclosed 3D printer with tinted top lid and front door. It has a linear rails and X and Y axis. Printing speed is up to 500 mm per second. Build volume is 230 by 230 by 210 mm and heated bed is covered with BIA flexible plate. Extruder is upgraded and now has 9.5 to 1 gear ratio. Hot end is all metal and can handle temps up to 300 degrees. The screen is inside the printer and is 3.5 inch touchscreen. Touch pen is also included. KLP1 also has Wi-Fi connection and Clipper firmware which enables remote control feature. Bed leveling is automatic, which is done by measured distance at 36 points on the bed. I didn't have problems with leveling. I needed to readjust C height once, but I didn't need to do full leveling process again. KLP1 seems to be a quite nice 3D printer, but there are some issues and problems with it, maybe more than some. So let's start from the beginning. When I lifted it out of the box, 2 feet stayed inside the box. Not a big deal, they can be put back easily, but why they came off? Feet are threaded in and threaded part of the leg is quite long, so they should not come off easily. It's a little bit strange, but good thing is that these feet are adjustable. The things inside the accessories box are covered with small white dust. Again, it's not a big deal and it's not affecting printing, but I prefer new things to be clean. Maybe it's just me. Not a big fan of this white protective film, which is stuck under the nuts. So, the top lid and door is too dark. There is no light inside the enclosure and it's hard to see inside. Lighter panels or light could fix it. Also, screen inside the enclosure, which isn't the best location. When you want to see or use the touchscreen, door needs to be open. If you print filaments like ABS, you want consistent temp inside your printer, but opening and closing the door don't help. Door bottom corner hits the frame. The gap between the door and frame is bigger on the top and smaller on the bottom. Try to loosen the screws and retighten them to get it better, but it didn't help. Top lid don't have any stoppers when it's open. Some of the filament spools I used hit the lid. Between the bottom tube, hot end cable and lid is not enough room and the bottom tube rubs against the lid when it's closed. The touch pen comes with a cord which has loop at the end. It seems that it's meant to attach somewhere, but I didn't find any place to put it. It would be nice to have a touch pen holder somewhere. One bigger issue was the fan wire, which was hanging below the nozzle and its insulation was damaged. I fixed it with electrical tape. You don't want to see this problem on any new things you just unboxed. The bottom tube behind the printer is just hanging there. Why it's not attached to the filament sensor? Filament sensor and spool holder placement aren't good. Filament angle is too much. When less filament on the spool, it's better, but still not good. When I first started the printer, language was set to Chinese. After some questioning, I managed to change it to English. KLP1 is not a silent 3D printer. It's noisy when top lid and door is opened and also when closed. It's on the top of 3 of the loudest printers I have used. I measured heated bed to see if there are differences in temp at different points. There aren't any big differences, so that's good. I also measured power consumption and it's around 170 to 180 watts and one 3D bench took 78 watt hours, which is good also. I also tried if resume printing work when power failure happens. It didn't work. No option came up to continue. This printer should have this feature. I also tried if resume printing works when filament run out. It paused, but when I wanted to take out the filament, I can't. So I tried the unload option from the settings. After many times trying, I managed to get it out. There seems to be some firmware issue. If you hit unload or load, it will heat up to 220 degrees and extrudes filament. Sometimes you need to do it once, but if not, you need to do it unload and load again. If you want to do it again, you need to wait hot end to cool down. It's the same thing when you just download or load your filament. Cotton needs to cool down to 62 degrees, then you can do it again. I loaded new filament and it started purging out the filament, but it didn't end. Filament mountains were rising non-stop. Only thing I can do was to shut down the system. I tried it once more, and then it wanted to home axis. I did home X and Y axis, but not Z, so it continued much higher. I was tired of this mess and I didn't want to try it again, so kinda works, but I can't continue my print. There seems to be many issues and problems, but beside that I managed to get quite okay prints. So the first print were 3 3D benches from the printer's memory. First of 3 is standard, which printed 33 minutes. The print quality seems to be okay, all 3 benches are printed with high-speed PLA. Next one is Violent one, which printed 30 minutes and quality seems to be same as standard. Last one is Fast one, which printed 29 minutes. Printing time difference isn't big on 3 versions and quality seems to be same. Then I printed multi-angle test cube with different filaments. The red one is high-speed PLA, overall good, but surface didn't look great. Then I used same settings and printed with different high-speed PLA. Surface much better, but overhangs was better on the first one. Then I added more temp and less speed. Some stringing happened, but surface and overhangs were much better. ABS cube came out good, no wars or cracks, and bed adhesion was good. This one is printed with TPU. I needed to print it many times before I got this. It's not great, but much better than the first try. Bottom side is still mess. I tried different settings and readjust the height to get it good, but still not good. First try came out like this. I used Kingroon slicer profiles and it was too fast and nozzle clogged. Then I started to change settings and got better results every print. PTG didn't came out good with Kingroon settings either, but when I changed some settings I got quite good results. Different filaments need different settings, so that's why I needed some changes in print settings. I printed this Vslot in matte filament and layer lines were noticed very easily. Then I did pressure advanced print from the printer's memory, then you can choose the best line and use the number of the flow settings. After that I printed Vslot again and I got much consistent layer lines. I found on the Kingroon site a Hulk print, which is advertised to be printed in 3 hours 40 minutes, so I wanted to try it out myself to see if it's true. It's true. I was very surprised that it's printed 3 hours and 31 minutes, even some minutes less. This model has many small details and KLP1 had no problems printing them. Very nice print. Barrel came out fine. It's hollow inside and no supports used, so that's why there are some small holes on the top. I put bed adhesion to the test with this articulated lizard. It almost passed the test with full success, but the tip of the tail got loose. Besides that, the quality is great. It's printed with Vase mode and is printed without problems. Layers are made together good, so it is quite strong Vase print. Tolerance print came out also good, only the smallest one didn't move at all. I also tried silk filament and 0.12mm layer height. I printed bull head, which came out nice. There are some holes. I should have used more top and bottom layers and more infill. So let's take this review together. KLP1 version 2.30 is updated version of 2.10. There are changed some things, but there seems to be still much issues. This printer can do some good prints if you take time and adjust print settings. KLP1 costs under 400 euros, which isn't expensive. My opinion is that there are too much issues and cons to deal with it. This printer needs changes to be competitive on the market. This printer has good features like fast printing, enclosure, full metal hot end and clipper firmware, so I would keep an eye on it and hope for an upgrade. All this is my opinion and that's what I experienced during using this printer. You may have different thoughts and experiences with this printer. If you want more info about this printer, I will leave link in the description, or if you have any questions, leave comments and I will try to answer. Thanks for watching.